promises. Many days fell away with nothing to show, and the walls came tumbling down in the city we love. Grey clouds rolled over the hills, bringing darkness from above. And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? If you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? Oh, I'm not gonna be an optimist about this. How am I gonna be an optimist about this? Hey, Drew here from Learn Guitar in London. Hope you're well and your guitar playing is going good. I'm playing Pompeii by Bastille, and I've really been enjoying this song, so I decided to have a little look at the chords and see if we can do some sort of acoustic version of it. And this is the version I've got here, what you've just heard. So I'm really sort of psyched about teaching it to you, so here we go, let's get started on it straight away. You may have noticed I've got a capo on the 2nd fret. Now, as people say to me, they say, oh, I don't have a capo. Okay, cool, may not have a capo, that's fine. They're really not that expensive. But the other thing is, right, is if you don't have the cash to get one, okay, cool. You can just take the capo off and play these open chords without the capo. Simple as that, right? So, I was left to my own. It's just going to be a bit lower, that's all. And if you close your eyes, it's just going to be a bit lower, and I can't sing it with the capo on. So just take the capo off and play it without the capo then, you know, if you don't have one. Okay, cool. So enough ranting about capos. So we're going to start this song. It's got 4 chords, really simple. We're just going to be looking at some rhythm ideas as well to make it sound awesome. So we're starting on a C chord, so index finger on the 1st fret on the B string, middle finger on the 2nd fret on the D string, and ring finger on the 3rd fret on the A string. And for that C chord, we're going to strum down the bottom 5 strings. You may have noticed I'm giving the strings their actual note names. If you need to know what it is, Eddie 8 Dynamite Good by Eddie, E-A-D-G-B-E. So your first chord's C. I was left to... Sorry, I can't stop singing it today, it's an awesome song to sing. So this first chord is a C. We're then going to change to a G. Now, if you know a G and you're going to go like that, okay, fair enough, but please try this. Trust me, it makes you a better guitarist and it makes your little finger stronger. Try a C, G like this. Look how quickly it is to change. Lift up the index, move these fingers up the string, so you're on the middle fret on the A string, 2nd fret on the A string, sorry, and then 3rd finger's on the 3rd fret on the E string, and then little finger comes down and holds down on the bottom E string. I know that can feel a bit weird at first. Make sure that your little finger doesn't lock down like that. Try to keep it, make sure it doesn't lock. Let's start that again. Make sure it's not buckled down and that the joint is locked up, okay? And strum all 6 strings for that. So the C to G is very easy that way. Doing it this way, look at all that movement. Look how long that's going to take you to do that. Whereas you can just go, okay? So give it a try, honestly, it's great. So it's C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4. So at the beginning we're just going to hold it for 4 beats. We're then going to go to an E minor from here. So I always show you the best way to change between chords. Lift up these fingers, put this finger, your 3rd finger, underneath onto the 2nd fret on the D string. So you're holding down these 2. For this chord you play the all 6. Okay? And then finally the biggest chord change of the lot, we're going to go to a D from here. So this time we do need to lift everything up. Index finger on the 2nd fret on the G string, middle finger on the E string, bottom E string on the 2nd fret, so they're stacked on top of each other in the 2nd fret. Don't hold down the markers. And 3rd finger on the 3rd fret on the B string. For that one you strum the bottom 4. And that is essentially your chord sequence for most of the song. I say most of the song, there's a bit that's slightly different. So that means that we can then start working on what the rhythm is on the right hand, okay? So as I said, the first time round, it's C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, D. Back to C, so that's quite a big change, just switch those fingers up. C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, D. Now it must be stressed that intro is kind of easing someone into the song, so it's kind of, it's almost like softly spoken, so we're not going to be strumming too loud. It's like, I was left to my own device. So you don't want to be like, I was left to my own. Okay, so start exercising some dynamics. That's what good guitarists do. Okay, you've got loud and quiet. So we're then getting to this, and the walls keep, and there's these drums doing these really awesome, like, kind of syncopated beats, which we're not going to follow on the guitar. I just thought it'd be nice just to do some downstrokes on the bass notes. So we're going to take our C, it's the same chord sequence, but we're going to hit it 8 times, just strumming the top 2 to 3 strings. It's not an exact science of each chord, okay? So the C would be like 1, 2, G, E minor, D. So D is the big position shift. You're going to have to move down to the top 2. The middle string, sorry. So you could be like, and the C, 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 G, and G, E minor, D. And if you want to add it another little bit of spice, another element, you could go C. So I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, E and 1 and 2. So that's just a down up. So I'm going down, 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 up, change. So I go down, up, change into the next chord. Okay, that can take a little bit more practice, especially if you're not fast with the chord changes, but it can give another good element to the song that I think really helps add the suspense there in the bridge. Green clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness from above. Then when we go to D the second time in this section, build it up. Bring in some dynamic, yeah? So do your down strums, 1, 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay? Sorry, we only do it for 8 hits. And then we strum and stop. The last D strum, I strum it quite loud and then stop with the palm of my hand. Gives a nice element of, right, here's your chorus coming up. 1, 2, 3. And if you close your eyes, does it all? Okay, and then we're into this chorus. So the rhythm pattern that I'm using, it's all the same order of chords, by the way. C, G, D, E minor. Sorry, C, G, E minor, D. Is down, down, up, down, up. There's what I call the chill out pattern, but we're playing it quite fast. So down, down, up, miss, up, down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. I'll do that slower. Down, down, up, miss, up. Very important you do the miss. Down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. Okay, so it's very important that you're doing the missing strums all the time, okay? So that's called a ghost strum, and it just helps keep your timing together, all right? So coming out of that D, going into the chorus, it's... So there's a break there, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and... Good, and that, play that loud, yeah? Bring up the dynamic there, it's really, really cool way of kind of making the song come alive. And the only other part where the chords are just slightly different, it's still the same, is this, how am I going to be an optimist about this? Okay, so when they come into this, it's C, E minor, D. So you're basically missing out the G. So it's C, down, down, E, down, down, up. So C. So for this rhythm, we're going to go down, down, up, E minor, down, up, D. So we're going for C, that's down, down, up, change to E minor, down, down, up. It's called a half bar change, okay? So we're changing on the 3 of the bar. So we're going 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and... Notice the D is just back to the normal down, down, up, down, up. And then we're into the bass guitar does this kind of little and I'm sort of nicking that just by playing the bass notes. I didn't play that in the beginning of the video, but just playing the top 2 strings of every chord. It's not exactly what the bass does, but if you want to add a little bit of variation when you start singing verse 2, you can be going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So it's down, up, G, B minor, D, C. Just rather than strumming down again and holding, just add another little element, so it's just a little tip there. Okay, so that's been my lesson for Pompeii by Bastille. Thank you so much for watching. If you've liked the lesson, if you've liked the fact that I've shown you how to break down each chord, the best chord changes, showing you kind of dynamics, loud and quiet, and adding in other elements other than just showing you the chords and taking you through the rhythm, then go to my website, which is learnguitarinlondon.com. There's a student area there, and the student area is totally free. All you've got to do is just pop in an email address, and that then gives you 10 tips to becoming a better guitarist, and also gives you access to loads of videos that aren't on YouTube, and also access to the beginning of my beginner's guitar course. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Keep on playing. See you soon.